me again, Chocolate Geisha, back for another video, so thank you for tuning in. So today I'm coming to you guys with a very highly requested video, and that is how I learned Japanese. Yes, how I learned Japanese. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then stay tuned. Okay, and before I forget, shameless plug, follow me on Instagram, chocolate_geisha, if you want to see me on the gram. Okay, so now on to today's topic. How long have I been studying Japanese? You might be wondering. And the answer to that is 11 years. 11 years. 11 years. Yes, 11 long years. Doing classes, using textbooks, using dictionaries. So 11 years is indeed a really long time, but that is mainly because I had some lull periods. Lull periods as in I had some periods of time where I was not improving as much as I could have. And that was mainly due to the study tactics that I used during that time. And I also had, the reverse, where I had periods where I improved a ton in a short amount of time. And I'm going to share that with you as well. So a little bit about the timeline. I started learning Japanese in middle school, more particularly 7th grade. During that time, I had a lot of interest, but I didn't have much support because my middle school did not offer Japanese classes, and I didn't really know what resources I had available to me. So during that time, I was doing self-study, and I used a textbook I bought off of Amazon.com. I also used anime. I was watching a lot of anime at that time, probably the most I've ever watched ever. And I was using that and learning some vocabulary through that. In high school, it was a similar deal. Still self-studying, still using textbooks. Moving on to college. In college, I had the most resources I had ever had when it came to studying Japanese. I was taking formal classes. There was also a tutoring service at my university for language, and Japanese was one of them. Today, I brought the textbook that I was using when I was taking the Japanese classes in college, and ta-da! This is the textbook that I use. This is TOBIRA, the Gateway to Advanced Japanese, Learning Through Content and Multimedia. And this textbook, I am telling you, if you can see what it looks like, it's like Japanese everything. There was also a lot of Japanese exchange students, so you could talk to them casually. There were also language meetup groups, cultural exchange groups where you could practice your English or Japanese as well. There were so many different ways to practice. And fast forward to today, I am 8 months? Is it 8 months? I am 8 months postgraduate, and nowadays I also use chapter books to study. This one, Danshi Bentobu, is it's like a cute little chapter book. As you can see, I've gotten like this far, like I've read. Some of it looks like this. This is kind of the format. It's not too difficult. Today there's like cute little pictures sometimes, and when I don't understand some of the vocabulary in this book, I use my Japanese English Japanese dictionary. It's like this. By using these tools and everything that I've mentioned, that's how I got to my Japanese level right now. As you guys can probably tell in some of my videos that I've taken, that I've done in Japanese, I'm proficient in Japanese. I can speak, I can read, I can write, I can listen and understand. I've got comprehension skills, but now I want to talk about what I think helped the most, what improved me the most, and what hindered me in terms of my study tools that I use. Now onto what works for me. What works the most, I will say, are classes, taking formal Japanese classes. And the reason why is because it forced accountability on me. When I was doing self-study, I was going at my own pace, which is like a double-edged sword because you don't feel rushed, but at the same time, there's no reason for you to push yourself. I was stuck in my comfort zone all the time. But taking Japanese classes, there were grades, there were deadlines, there were exams and assignments. I couldn't just slack off, and if I didn't want to do something, I couldn't just put it off till later. I had to be proactive about everything in that class. That made me improve so much. Another thing that really helped was meeting up in groups, doing group study, going to these language exchange meetup things. That really helped me as well, particularly in my speaking and listening. Anyone who's learning language can know that the textbook version of the language and the real practical use of the language are sometimes like night and day. It can be very different. So going to those language groups where I could meet with people who spoke the language natively, I was able to improve how I spoke in conversations, and now I'm able to speak a lot more naturally compared to when I was just using a textbook. Another thing that really helped my language abilities was consuming Japanese media, meaning that I was watching dramas, I was watching anime, I was listening to Japanese music, I was reading like children's books like how I read now. I was doing a lot of that stuff on the side. It helped immerse me into real life Japanese. That also helped me as well. The best tip that I can give is push the limits of your comfort zone so that you can improve in tangible ways. Because for me, especially in those days of self-study, I was not pushing myself as much as I could have. Only when I entered classes and I had other people around me who I could compare my language abilities to, that was when I really was able to contemplate exactly how far back I was from them, like how much better they were than me and how much I had to go. I am nowhere near where I want to be language-wise, but I have improved a lot. But yes, if you're thinking about studying Japanese, or if you are studying Japanese or any other language, best of luck to you. Don't give up. It gets difficult at times. There's frustration, there's lulls, there's setbacks. You know, there are times where you want to give up, and you might even give up for a while, but the key is to get back on the horse and to keep going. You just have to keep going with it, and you have to trust the process. And one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come. By all means, stick it out. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. So please keep going. And I know that you're going to accomplish everything that you've set your mind to. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you like this video, then like it. And if you want to see more, then hit subscribe and become part of the YouTube fam. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. 私にもただ一